10 big changes to Social Security, including retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, spousal, SSI, and the low income in 2025. We have a lot to talk about right here in the video. Let's jump right into it. Now, first off, I do want to give a few really quick shout outs to Ruby Langdon, Raymond N., and John Henderson. The three of them, along with well over 3,000 of you here in the community, have reached out to that team of trusted advisors right there to get some help with their Medicare plans, getting better plans, saving a bunch of money, and getting way better coverages. In fact, the average person here in the community calling that phone number right there is saving $1,100 from a simple, quick phone call. So if you're turning 65 or retiring, that's by far your best resource to help you with your enrollment in Medicare. By the way, it is 100% for free, and they will also make sure that you are properly covered with the proper plan so you don't get some massive unexpected medical bill. You have the proper coverages for you and your personal situation. Now, also, if you're on Medicare, one of the 70 million seniors, make sure to contact them as well. They can certainly help you out. Again, it's a totally free service. Take advantage of that. Again, thousands and thousands of you here in the community have already done so. After you talk to them, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how it goes. Use the word chapter within your comment. That's the keyword that I search for, and I'd love to give you a shout out in a future video. All right, let's talk about these 10 big changes implemented too. All types of benefits out of Social Security, as well as some changes directly impacting the low income right now in 2025. Now, I'm going to be fair with you. All of these changes were actually implemented at the beginning of 2025. Here we are well within the second half of 2025 right now as I film this video. So we're multiple months into 2025. However, I'm making this video simply because I get a lot of questions about different aspects about these programs literally daily. And what I'm going to talk about here in this video encompasses a lot of these questions. So I'm going to focus it all here in this video on these different changes. Now, here's the order in which I'm going to go in. I'm going to talk about retirement benefits first, which is also consistent with spousal benefits, survivors benefits. And then I'm also going to talk about SSDI, Social Security Disability Benefits next, SSDI. Then I'm going to talk about some low income changes. And then I'm going to talk about SSI, because SSI and the low income changes actually go hand in hand with each other, okay? That's the sequence I'm going to go in. Let's start with number one. Number one is the new earnings test. I don't like this name, by the way. Earnings test, not a fan. The new earnings test for Social Security retirement beneficiaries who are not achieving full retirement age in 2025, but yet are receiving their benefit, okay? So basically, if you're receiving your benefit and you have not achieved full retirement age and you will not be achieving full retirement age in 2025, this pertains to you. You can have some income aside from your monthly benefit. It's not much though. You can earn up to $1,950 per month or $23,400 for the entire year without risk of garnishment to your benefit. However, if you earn over the limit, you will see some garnishments to your monthly benefit. So for every $2 that you earn over the limit, you will see a garnishment to your monthly benefit of $1. Now, this is not a permanent reduction, but rather you will get that back later after you hit your full retirement age. They will slowly feather that money back into your monthly benefit, but for the short term, you will garnish that money in your monthly benefit check, okay? So just remember those numbers, $23,400 for the year, $1,950 averaged out on a monthly basis for group number one. Now, group number two is for those of you that will be achieving your full retirement age in 2025, okay? So if you're receiving your retirement benefit and you will be hitting your full retirement age this year, you also have an earnings test. However, it's significantly higher. $62,160 is how much you can earn for the entire, I shouldn't say, sorry, let me take that back, not for the entire year, in the months leading up to your full retirement age. That's better, sorry about that. In the months leading up to your full retirement age, you can earn $62,160 without garnishment to your benefit. However, if you earn over the limit, you will see some garnishments. For every $3 that you earn over the limit, you will see a garnishment of $1 to your monthly benefit. Does that kind of make sense, right? So for example, if you earn, say, $900 over the limit, you would see a garnishment of $300 to your benefit there. Does that make sense? And again, you'll get that back after you achieve full retirement age, but for the short term, you will garnish that money. Now, group number three, this is for those of you that entered 2025 at your full retirement age. How much can you earn? Unlimited. You have no earnings test. You can earn as much or as little as you want. No rules whatsoever. Social Security retirement who have entered the year within their full retirement age. Okay. Now that's retirement benefits. Let's talk about SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance Benefits. These beneficiaries, not to be mistaken with SSI. I will talk about SSI here in just a couple minutes. All right. SSDI. You also have some earnings thresholds, okay? These are significantly lower, but let's just talk about these. Okay, SSDI beneficiaries, they're broken down into two separate categories, blind and non-blind. You gotta know which category you fall into, and it's based on why you're receiving your benefit. You should know why you get your benefit. What is the disability in which grants you your benefit? Why were you awarded your benefit, right? Which disability is it? Is it because you're blind, low vision, visual impairment, vision loss, something like that? If that's the case, you probably fall into the blind category. If you have a disability of a different type, then you fall into the non-blind category. All right, so let's talk about non-blind SSDI beneficiaries. You can have income up to $1,620 per month without garnishment to your benefit. However, if you earn over $1,620 of gross income in any given month, that is what they consider SGA, substantial gainful activity, and now your benefits will be at risk. In other words, you'll probably get an overpayment letter from Social Security saying, hey, you owe us a bunch of money, pay us back in 30 days. Not good. We don't want an overpayment letter, right? So please be very aware of that. And again, this is earned income aside from your monthly benefit, okay? $1,620 monthly gross income, non-blind, okay? Category number 5, which is Social Security Disability, again, SSDI, blind beneficiaries. You also have an earnings limit. However, it's significantly higher. It's $2,700 of gross earned income on a monthly basis, aside from your monthly benefit, that you can earn from work. Again, work is it's a very loose term, right? Work could involve a lot of things. What it should say is income to you aside from your monthly benefit. Okay, but same situation here. If you earn over $2,700 as an SSDI blind beneficiary, then you would be considered engaging in SGA, substantial gainful activity, and that is when your benefits will now become at risk, and they would essentially send you an overpayment letter saying, we overpaid you, you didn't properly report your income, we've overpaid you, now you need to pay us back, right? Not good. We don't want that. Again, remember that number, $2,700. Very important. SSDI beneficiaries who are blind, $2,700 of gross income monthly, okay? All right, that's category 5. Number 6, let's talk about low income for a second here. They updated the federal poverty lines, okay? This updates at the beginning of the year. Federal poverty line for an individual is $15,650 or $1,304 on a monthly basis, okay? So remember that number. That's a household of one, $15,650 or $1,304 monthly. Keep that number in mind. Next, category number 7 is the federal poverty line for a household of 2, a married, well, I guess it shouldn't say married, I guess a household of 2, $21,150 for the entire year or $1,762 on a monthly basis. Again, federal poverty line for a household of 2, okay? Next, let's talk about SSI, Supplemental Security Income. There's about 7.5 million SSI beneficiaries, and that's who I'm talking about here, SSI. All right, your maximum benefit right now, obviously, is $967. However, remember the number I just mentioned a second ago, talking about the federal poverty line for a household of one, $15,650 or $1,304 a month? Well, guess what? SSI is supposed to be keeping parity with the federal poverty line. Well, it's not. In fact, it's about 35% below the federal poverty line, and benefits would need to be increased by over $300 per month just to be consistent with the federal poverty line for an individual. $967 to $1,304, a difference of well over $300 per month, or 35% is the difference there, okay? That's an individual. Now next, A married couple receiving SSI, your maximum benefit, obviously, $1,450 monthly. However, remember the federal poverty line for a household of two that I just talked about a minute or two ago? $1,762 monthly, or $21,150, a difference of 21.5%. And remember, SSI is supposed to keep parity with the federal poverty line. Difference is, well, over $300 again for a married couple. The benefits should be over $300 more per month for a married couple as a household of two to be consistent with the federal poverty line. Again, $1,762 a month, or $21,150 for the entire year, an increase of over $300 per month from the current levels of $1,450 for a married couple receiving SSI. Do you see how broken SSI is? Great program, very broken, right? It's leaving a lot of people significantly behind. These benefits are supposed to be significantly higher. Lastly, number 10, last one. I'm counting on my fingers. Literally been counting on my fingers. All right, anyway. Number 10, last one is the maximum taxable earnings. Now, there is actually technically a different name for it. I like to call it that because it just makes a whole lot more sense to me, okay? I like maximum taxable earnings, which is $176,100. What is that? That's a lot of money. I agree with you, it's a lot of money. What that is all income up to $176,100 is taxable by Social Security. This number increases every year, but that is the total amount of money, income, that somebody can have that's taxable by Social Security. Any income above that threshold is no longer taxable by Social Security, okay? So when you hear out there these lawmakers that are having a fit, having a cow, whining, crying, screaming, pouting about this, saying, oh, the rich don't pay their fair share, this is what they're whining about. This is what they're complaining about, is that they want this to be higher. They want this to be significantly higher so that all income of high-income people is taxable by Social Security, because they're saying this is what's going to cause the insolvency issue, or help to resolve, I should say. Sorry, not cause, but help to resolve the insolvency issue. I agree it would help out a little bit, but not really. Reason being is the percentage of our population that earns $176,000 or more a year is very small. There's not many people out there earning over $176,000 a year that would actually contribute to this. Some certainly would, yeah, for sure. Some certainly would, but the vast majority, oh no, definitely not. There's not that many people out there earning that much money. Anyway, these are the 10 big changes. Again, I've received questions about these all the time. Wanted to break these all down for you in this quick video. I can certainly talk more about these in other videos. I hope this helps you. And again, huge shout outs to Ruby Langdon, Raymond N., and John Henderson. Again, the three of them, along with well over 3,000 of you here in the community, reaching out to that group of advisors, getting some help with your Medicare plans. And again, especially those of you that are turning 65 or retiring, take advantage of that. Seriously, that is by far your best resource. They will help you with your initial enrollment into Medicare. They will make sure that you're properly covered with all the coverages you need and want. Make sure to call them. They have access to over 20,000 plans. It is 100% for free. The average person calling them is saving $1,100. And they'll make sure that you're properly covered. Couple quick pro tips. Bring all of your questions. Number 2, bring your wish list. Tell them exactly which doctors and providers you want to see. Do you want prescription coverages? Do you want hearing, vision, dental coverages? Yes or no? It doesn't matter. If you do, they will find those for you. If not, they won't find those for you. Okay? Tell them exactly which offices or clinics you want to visit. Tell them which hospital systems you want to have access to. What other details do you want? How much do you want to pay in a premium or co-pays or deductibles? What other benefits do you want alongside your plan? Do you want a $0 premium plan? They have those too. They have all of those. Ask them, the details, tell them what you want, and they'll find all of it for you 100% for free. Anyway, write the phone number down, give them a call, talk to them, and they will certainly help you out. And again, if you're turning 65 or retiring, definitely call them. They will certainly help you out. It'll be the best resource for you during this transition into Medicare. All right, anyway, enjoy. Please subscribe down below. And please share the video, big share button down below. Please share that phone number with your friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, coworkers, parents, neighbors down the street, neighbors down the hall, your social media, anybody you know on Medicare or turning 65 or retiring. Please share that video with them. Otherwise, have a good